As a leader or manager in your organization, you have to always be looking for ideas that will make you more efficient and reduce or eliminate or mitigate the stress that you experience somehow. Well, I have an idea for you. Here it is. First, let me ask you a question. How many of you out there actually keep a to-do list? Now, what do you do when you do something that's on your to-do list? All of the audiences that I've been in front of thus far kind of make this motion where they indicate that they scratch something off. Well, my immediate follow-up question is, then what do you do after you scratch off what's on your to-do list? And they'll all agree that they'll write down something else that they need to do. Thus indicating that most of us live under the tyranny of a perpetual to-do list. I respectfully suggest that in addition to a to-do list, you might want to try to make a let-go list. Make a let-go list, or what one of my friends calls her to-don't list. And make a list of the things that you need to let go of in order to get what you want. Because that's one of the important questions that I'd ask you to ask yourself every day. What is it I need to let go of in order to get what I want? One of the things that is interesting is whether you view it from secular history or religious history, it's pretty well documented that there was a man by the name of Moses, and Moses led his people out of Egypt. They were then in the desert. How long were they in the desert? Well, for 40 years. Have you ever wondered why they were in the desert for 40 years? And I know a lot of women who are reading this or watching this will say, well, it was because Moses was a man and wouldn't ask for directions. That's not actually the reason. The reason that they were in the desert for 40 years was that Moses had two jobs, while we pay attention to only one of them. Moses' first job was to lead the people out of Egypt. Moses' second job was to manage the Egypt out of the people. It turns out that the vast majority of people that he led out of Egypt could not let go of Egypt. Thus, well documented, they became disobedient. Well, what's Moses, a leader, to do? He couldn't kill them or harm them in any way. So what he did was he waited for the people who were disobedient to pass along or to pass on. That's why 40 years actually stands for 2 generations. It's interesting to note that the crew that ended up in the Promised Land was by and large an entirely different crew than started on the journey, because they wouldn't let go of their Egypt. My question to you is, what are your personal Egypts? What do you have to let go of in order to get what you want? Is it an attitude about a particular employee? Is it a habit or belief that you have that is holding you back? Be warned, making a let-go list and acting on a let-go list is difficult. I will tell you this, the difficulty isn't in the letting go. The pain does not come from letting go. The pain comes from the trying to hold on. You're imprisoned by what you try to hold on to. As somebody said in a cliche, what you resist persists. So make yourself, or begin making yourself every day, a let-go list or a to-don't list, in addition to that to-do list. Because we get knowledge by what we acquire, but we get wisdom by what we let go of. Thanks very much.